Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a bit of a different video on the channel today. I'm going to be reacting to some of my older videos on the channel. So be ready for a cringe feeling in this video. We might not get through it, but it's going to be interesting to see how I've progressed as a YouTuber over these past 5 years. But we're going to have a look back at some of the videos that I have done on the channel over the past 5 years. And first off, we're going to do this one, which is a review from the match against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup back on August 24th, 2017. Of course, the match was on August 23rd, 2017. This was my reaction to the game the day after. And I didn't do a vlog, as you'll hear in this one.
Here, back again with another video. This time it's my match review for the Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest game in the Carabao Cup second round tie. Last night I was at the match, but as I said in previous videos, I wasn't going to do a vlog. Right, in my judgment, not to do one, as it was a total shambles of match. Newcastle didn't even bother to turn up. There was some players that did and some players that didn't, but I'll get
how times changed here.
So there was two focal points in this game, and the first focal point was that Newcastle were to get the reserve players out off the bench, showcase their skills to potential buyers. Of course, that didn't work as Rafa wanted it to, as the players that he brought on were the likes of Carl Darlow and Grant Hanley, and a few more as well, like Mo Diami and such forth. But they just didn't turn up at all. They didn't even want to play. It looked like they didn't even want to be part of the team. It's become a normal thing now with Newcastle. We hire a bunch of mercenary players that just don't want to be part of the team. They're only there for the money and the chance to move on.
How times have changed, literally how times have changed.
We need to get rid of this mentality in the team where we're hiring mercenary players, because we're not going to get anywhere.
So I was talking about it back here in 2017. I mean, we've been talking about it for 10 years before that as well. You know, it's, thank God times have changed in Newcastle United, because now we've got a club, you know, that is going to be trying, it's going to be competing for trophies. But it's crazy to, you know, look back. That was back in 2017 and we're still talking about all that crap back then, you know. It's crazy how times have changed as well. Moving on from that.
We'll do this, but enough of that anyway. There was some positives to pull from the game, where Mitrovic got subbed by Roland Aarons, and that was a very good goal in the opening half of the game. So Newcastle started off with the lead, and then it went a little further into the game, and Nottingham Forest scored, which made it 1-1. And then a little bit further into the game, and they scored again, which was thanks to a Carl Darlow error, where he ran off his line aggressively and he got chipped by the player. Terrible decision by Darlow.
This is where the Carl Darlow hatred was spawned. I mean, I went to that game, like I'm saying in the video, you know, I went to that game and it was just absolutely dreadful. I was there with my family. It was a really horrible game to watch. Newcastle fans were all expecting, you know, for to go through the cup, make it into the next round. It's a tie against Nottingham Forest. I mean, you know, it's a chance this season for Newcastle to get revenge for this exact game that, you know, we're reacting to in this video, along with some of our videos that we'll be reacting to as well. And it's a chance for Newcastle this season to get, you know, some revenge on Nottingham Forest for this game. It absolutely shit house of a game, it really was. But as you can see, you know, in the video, I'm absolutely paid off with the game. It was really, really bad. Carl Darlow was absolutely dreadful in it. He was faffing on with his hair far too much. But this is where the hatred, like I say, you know, began for Carl Darlow. It was all spawned from this game.
Is not a Premier League capable goalkeeper. We're much better off selling Darlow and keeping Tim Krul than the likes of
somebody who ended up going eventually, Tim Krul.
Leave and probably keeping Darlow.
Still a legend in Newcastle United, Tim Krul.
What Darlow is a championship goalkeeper. It's pretty much showed it in the game last night. But I've had a chance to sleep off my anger about this. I was very livid after the match. It's how the game went.
Like I've just said in this video, this video could have just completely and utterly been completely different. You know, I could have had a much more aggressive attitude in the video if I had done it the night before. And you know, gladfully I went to sleep, calmed down, you know, and came back to the video with a slightly cooler approach to it. I could have went into this video for that review, you know, and just had an absolutely horrible attitude towards Caldolo. There was so much stuff I wanted to say about Caldolo that, you know, the guy just absolutely ruined that game for us Newcastle United fans and spoiled the chance of making it through the cup. And thank God, you know, them times are over. Thank God we've got, you know, owners that care for the club now, and we can now compete for trophies. So the next one we'll be reacting to is a rant from Newcastle versus Leicester, where Leicester won 2-0 against Newcastle on 29th of September 2018. So we'll be reacting to that one next. This was, of course, my intro at the time. Absolutely loved this intro. It was a really good one, but I scrapped them.
Hi everybody, what's going on? Welcome back
to streamline the videos.
This is your match review for Newcastle versus Leicester, day at St James's Park. Now, I can't be happy at all about the way this result went on. We absolutely played horrendous today. It was an absolute joke. But anyway, let's get into what this video is about. Now, the Newcastle lineup, when they came out, I knew straight away something wasn't going to go well today forward, to be honest. But anyway, here's the lineup up on screen now. In goal, we had Martin Dubravka. In the back four, we had DeAndre Yedlin, Jamal Lascelles, Kieran Clark, and yes, we had to have Kennedy in at the left back. Now, Matt Ritchie, Modiami, John Lou, and then Joselu. On the bench, we had Darlow, Ian Shaw, Isaac Hayden, Jacob Murphy, Sean Longstaff and Yoshi Mutu. Now, heading into this game, I thought that we would have come away with at least the 3 points, but of course, as we all know, it ended 2-0 to Leicester City. But that is just one thing. Yes, we've ended up losing to Leicester. I thought we would have at least come away with the minimum a point, but
you can see I'm just so pissed off at the way the result went in this game.
Other than the goals, of course, from Jamie Vardy, who got a penalty on the half-hour mark after DeAndre Yedlin got what I can only deem as a very, very soft penalty call against him when Harry Maguire took a shot towards his hands, and he went like that, and unfortunately the hand was right in next to his body. He couldn't do anything about it. It wasn't the hand that was up in the air, it was that next to the body.
I remember that like it was yesterday as well. It was really, really bad call by the referee for that game. A really, really bad call. It should have never, ever been a penalty. Should have never been a penalty for that one.
And of course, you know, Simon Hooper, bang, just give the penalty straight away to Leicester. Knew something wasn't going to be right forward today. Once I seen that and once I seen the starting 11. But then after that, Newcastle didn't really do much. Southgate was watching from stands as well, and Harry Maguire managed to bang in the lead, you know, the double for them. And to be honest, it was just a complete shitfest of a game. And Matters didn't.
That was an understatement.
Mike Ashley sitting in the stands watching the game with his little stooges, freaking Lee Charnley and Keith.
Thank
Bishop
God he's gone.
Well, yeah, no, I said Kevin Bishop or Kenny Bishop or something last time. Yeah, it's Keith Bishop. And to be honest, it is an absolute joke the way they're running this club. Before the match, there was a protest outside St James's Park, and literally there was 2 banners. There was a Kevin Keegan banner saying honesty, and there was a banner for Rafa Benitez saying hope. Of course, Ashley sent out the NUFC stewards, and they went and removed the 2 flags. Now, that's just not on, in my opinion. You should not be removing stuff from.
I remember that like it was yesterday as well. I mean, literally, it was absolutely ridiculous. Thank God that twat has gone from our club, because that was really one of the biggest things that really paid me off as a fan. And obviously, the destroying our club was a main point of it, but also to go, you know, and take the flags that the fans had paid for and destroy them just because you didn't want to see, you know, Kevin Keegan up there. It's just absolutely bullshit. And thank God, you know, he is now gone from the club and we don't have to, you know, have that piece of shit there anymore. But we'll continue on with the video.
Fans, you should not be taking stuff off the fans. You should not be telling the fans what the fans can do. At the end of the day, it's a free country. You should be allowed to do what you want. I don't care if you own some football team, right? I don't care if you own Newcastle United. You don't own the fans. You're only one man. We're a city. We are United. We are Newcastle. We will always be Newcastle. And I don't care for one single matter of a fucking fact of some cockney bastard down the south coming in and buying our club and thinking he can tell us fans what he wants to do. No, it's not going to happen like that.
What was I thinking?
The fans will stand united.
You can see how pissed off I really was with him being at the club.
Be back at the top where we belong in English football, just like we were in the 90s, and no cockney bastard is going to do a thing about it. Until next time, you've been watching 100% Mags, and I'll see you all later.
As you can tell, I was absolutely pissed off at the way, you know, the club was being run at that time, and it was just absolutely dreadful. It was just poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. And now, you know, we finally have a club that is competing, a club that is going to be able to, you know, go to that next level, a level that we deserve to be at for the fan base that we've got. You know, Newcastle United should never have had to go through 15 years of that absolute horrible cunt that was Mike Ashley. We should have never had to go through that as a fan base, but we've went through it, we've paid with dues, we've done what we needed to do to get to where we need to go, and we are going to go there, you know, whether the Premier League like it or not, whether the Sinister Six like it or not, we will be there eventually. At some point, Newcastle United will be a top of the ladder, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. We will be the best that there is out there. We're already the richest. All we've got to do now is get the reputation to go with the riches, to be the best in the world. And Newcastle United can do it. Our fan base can do it, because we are absolutely fantastic. When we pull together as a fan base, look what we've been able to do. We've been able to get a takeover through at the club. We've been able to defeat the Premier League in their corruption against our club in our area. We've been able to take a government that didn't give a shit about Newcastle United and change their opinions into wanting us to have the takeover, because it benefits them as well as it benefits us. And that's what everybody needs to remember, you know, that when this takeover got put through, that Newcastle United wouldn't be the only benefactor of this takeover. We would also, you know, be getting other benefits out of it. There'd be a benefit to the North East region. There'd be a benefit to the government of this country as well. There'd be a benefit even to the Premier League for this takeover, you know. So there's still going to be people out there that are still going to complain about, you know, these owners owning Newcastle United. But to them people out there who still want to complain about that, you know, go ahead and complain about it. But remember, when you're complaining about it, the platforms you're complaining about it on are owned by the Saudis. Your platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're owned by the Saudis. You know, your mobile phones, they're even owned by the Saudis, because the Saudis have got their money in every single avenue, every single project, you know. So at the end of the day, you can complain all you want about Newcastle United being owned by the Saudis. You can complain to anybody that will listen to you complaining, but at the end of the day, you need to remember that them platforms you're doing it on are owned by the Saudis. And, you know, you can complain as well about Newcastle and the Saudis, but you're also going to the F1 in Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East, and you're going and watching that. You're going to fights for Anthony Joshua. You know, you're going to loads of different things that are being invested in by the Saudis, yet you still complain about the Saudis. It's absolutely crazy, but I'm getting off subject in this video. That, of course, was a reaction to some of my videos from my channel, and hopefully you did like it. It's crazy to think, you know, that them videos were a couple of years back, a few years back, 4 years back, what have you, you know, and we were still going through the same absolute shit. I mean, we've been going through it for 15 years. Finally, you know, we are back now to a point where we are owned by owners who know what they're doing. They know where to take the club, and I mean, there is still fans going to be out there complaining to these new owners to buy signings. And like I've said in many videos on this channel, you know, do it all you want, but at the end of the day, you do need to remember that, you know, not that long ago, we were under an absolute horrible cunt like that, you know, and he did not care less about our club. You know, he couldn't have cared one single ounce if we had have just completely disappeared off the face of this earth, because he didn't love Newcastle United. He used we as an advertising board for all them 15 years. He had his friends right, left and centre having jobs all over the club, and he didn't care about Newcastle United. And finally we've got owners that do. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below about this video, about this reaction to my old videos, and let us know your thoughts as well. What do you think? You know, have I progressed as a YouTuber, or am I still basically the same as what I was in them videos? Until next time, I'll see you all later, and however lads.